Hi, I'm Pat Richardson, and I'm here at Home and Family, and I was here to talk about National Organization of Rare Diseases. We had the Rare Disease Day last week, and I'm trying to bring attention to raredisease.org so that people will go to that site. I'm just talking about how there's 30 million Americans with rare diseases, 2/3 of which are children, and there's 7,000 rare diseases, and to be declared a rare disease, it just has to affect less than 200,000 people. So, some of these diseases are things you've heard of, certain kinds of cancers, or they're things you can't pronounce, like the one that took my father, which was called progressive supranuclear palsy, which, believe it or not, I still have trouble saying, but it's easier to say PSP. This disease got my dad in like 2005, but it was misdiagnosed for a long time, which is what happens with a lot of rare diseases. And people get really lonely because they think they're the only person that a disease is affecting their child or themselves, but there are millions of people around the world that have a disease that maybe only 20,000 people in the world have. Sometimes their child may be the only person in the world that has that disease, or maybe there's only 2 children in the world that have that disease, and it feels so lonely. So the National Organization of Rare Disease is there to be their support system, or to maybe connect them to somebody across the country that has the same symptoms and has a doctor, and they'll connect those doctors and those patients and those families together, which is, you can't believe how comforting it is when you can find somebody else who's going through that. And then they connect patient advocacy organizations with the government to help them with programs, and they connect patients sometimes with big pharma, to get them in a clinical trial. So they're really, really helpful, and I've just been trying to get their message across. You can find me on P. Richardson LA. That's my Twitter handle, and I talk a lot about Cure PSP and NORD on there, and sometimes some other things.